Hey everyone! In this lesson, we are going to finish section 2.7 by talking about the variance and how to compare the spread of different data sets. Let's begin with variance. Variance is closely related to standard deviation. In fact, variance is simply the square of the standard deviation. For example, the variance is written as S squared. For population, the variance is written as sigma squared. Remember, the exponent 2 means we are squaring the standard deviation. A good way to remember this relationship is to find variance, we square the standard deviation. To find the standard deviation, we take the square root of the variance. Let's look at a couple of examples. In example 4, the standard deviation is 6 and we want to find the variance. Variance is the square of the standard deviation, so variance equals 6 squared, which is 36. Example 5. The variance is 81, and we want to find the standard deviation. To find the standard deviation, we take the square root of the variance. So the standard deviation is the square root of 81, which is 9. Now, let's see how standard deviation can help us compare two groups. Remember, standard deviation measures how spread out the data values are. A larger standard deviation means more variability. A smaller standard deviation means the data are more consistent. Let's look at example 6. Two classes take the same quiz. Class A has the mean of 8.6 and the standard deviation of 0.9. Class B has the mean of 8.4 and standard deviation of 0.4. Question A. Which class scored better on average? Whenever you see the phrase on average, think about the mean. The mean for class A is 8.6 and the mean for class B is 8.4. Since 8.6 is greater than 8.4, class A scored better on average. Question B. Which class has more consistent scores? This is where many students get confused. When we talk about consistency, we're talking about the spread. More consistent means less variation, and less variation means smaller standard deviation. So let's compare the standard deviations. Class A has a standard deviation of 0.9. Class B has the standard deviation of 0.4. Since 0.4 is smaller than 0.9, Class B score was less spread out. That means Class B was more consistent. Notice that the answers to part A and B are not the same. Class A had the higher average score, but Class B had the more consistent scores. Those are two different ideas. The mean tells us about the center of the data. The standard deviation tells us about the spread of the data. When comparing data sets, it's often important to look at both.